Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Divya here. Today in my class, I have come back with the second part of your units and measurements, wherein we will be discussing about physical quantities and measurements, wherein we will be first recapitalizing whatever about physical quantities you have learned it in your 6th standard. Following that, we'll discuss about volume, measuring vessels for volume, and how to measure the volume of regular and irregular objects. Let's first recapitalize what you have learned it in your 6th standard. That is, what are physical quantities? The quantities that can be measured, you call it as physical quantities. And you have learned how to represent a physical quantity. That is, whatever be this physical quantity, you will first represent it by the symbol with its magnitude followed by the unit. When you learnt about physical quantities in your 6th standard, out of the 7 fundamental quantities, you have learned 4 fundamental quantities, namely length, mass, time and temperature. There you have learned length is going to be the distance between 2 points. SI unit is measured in meter, represented by M. The second fundamental quantity you have learned it in your 6th standard is mass. That is, mass is the quantity of matter contained in a body. SI unit is in kilogram. Third one you have learned is time. It is defined as the interval of occurrence of an event, where SI unit you have measured it in seconds. And the last fundamental quantity you have learned it in your 6th standard is temperature, where you have defined it as the quantity that measures the hotness or coldness of a body. And temperature SI unit is going to be in Kelvin and measured in or represented in capital K. So these are the basic things you have learned it in your 6th standard. Now let us come to our portion. To begin with, we are starting with volume. How to define volume? Volume is the space occupied by an object. Whatever is the space occupied by an object, you can call it as the volume of that particular object. Now as usual, the SI unit is going to be in cubic meter, or you will represent cubic meter as meter cube or m raised to 3. Now, even though the SI unit is in cubic meter, generally it is expressed in liter. That is, whenever we are going to buy something, some liquids in the shop, we used to buy it in liters or milliliters, right? Similarly, other than this meter cube, you are having a smaller unit, that is cubic centimeter. You will be representing it as centimeter raised to 3. So this is how you will be having your units and the basic definition on volume. Now when you talk about the SI units and other smaller units, some relations between these are given in your textbooks. Just go through that. That is very important. Now next topic what we are going to discuss is about how to measure volume. So for measuring volume, generally measuring vessels, we are having 2. Out of that, the first one is going to be measuring cylinder. You can see the figure of a measuring cylinder here in your screen. Now, usually, this measuring cylinder is made up of either glass or it can be of a plastic material. And mainly, this measuring cylinder is used in laboratories and pharmacies to measure the liquid medicines, or in laboratories for measuring liquid things. Now, this measuring cylinder, another very important thing what you have to know is that this measuring cylinder is used for finding the volume of irregular objects. Okay, you will use this measuring cylinder for finding the volume of irregular objects, and that you will be having a very important separate portion given as an activity, that is displacement method, that we will discuss towards the end. So this is all about the measuring cylinder. Now one thing you have to keep in mind is that whenever you are going to use this measuring cylinder, you have to wash it properly, dry it, keep it on a straight horizontal surface, and then only take the liquid inside that and measure it. You can see the measuring values in a cylinder. The second measuring vessels for measuring volume is going to be a measuring beaker. The figure you can see it in the screen. Now this, unlike your measuring cylinder, this is used for measuring fixed volume. That is, if you are having a large volume of liquid, if you want to take out a fixed volume out of that, you will use the measuring beaker. Now this measuring beaker, as you see in the figure, it is available in different capacities, right? And now, for example, if you are having a huge amount of milk and you just want to take out a fixed amount, that is, say for example 500 ml of milk out of that, you can directly take a 500 ml measuring beaker, dip it completely into the huge amount of milk kept there, measure it completely, and you can take it out. Usually this measuring beakers, they are provided with handles also. Now we are moving on to very important portion in your volume section, that is how to measure the volume of a regular object and irregular objects by displacement method. So we shall now start with measuring volume of a regular objects. So you can see a table that I have given here. That is, you can see a cube, rectangular prism, triangular prism, square, pyramid, sphere, cone, whatever it is. See, these are objects having regular shapes, or they are regular objects. So when you see this table, from the table itself, it is clear that it is having direct volume formulas to calculate the volume of that particular shape, that is regular object. That is, for measuring the volume of regular shaped objects, if we know the length, width or breadth or height of that particular shape properly, we can find out the volume directly by using the mathematical formulas. Now, the main problem arises if the objects are irregular, or if the object is not having any regular shape, how we will find the volume of the object. For that purpose, we are using the displacement method using measuring cylinder. So this was the point I told you when we discussed about measuring cylinder. Now, for finding the irregular object's volume, we can find it using displacement method. Let's see how it is. Now, take a measuring cylinder, fill water to a particular point and mark the reading, right? Now, after that, whatever is the irregular shaped object which you want to find the volume, take it and put it inside that measuring cylinder. So that automatically what happens, the water level will rise. You will get a second reading for your measuring cylinder when the water rises. Now you are having two readings, initial volume of the water or initial reading of the water, and you are having the final volume of the water or final reading of your measuring cylinder after putting the irregular object into it. Now the difference between the two, that is, when you subtract the first value from your second value, you will get the difference in volume, and that difference in volume is going to be the volume of your immersed object or your irregular object. Now this is how you are going to use the measuring cylinder for displacement method to find out the volume of irregular objects. You have this activity in your textbook. Read it thoroughly. With this, we are winding up today's class. Thank you. Take care and bye-bye.